Well, I'm going to read two linked poems by Percy Shelley. I don't have a lot in common with Percy Shelley. It might seem, by the time he was my age, Shelley had been dead for 40 years. Thank you. That was a joke. That was a joke, actually. Yeah. I know it's a certain nervousness, going on here. He was an atheist, and he married a 16-year-old and then a 17-year-old, and But we did go to Eton. We both went to Eton, and the school in England. So I feel some companionship with him, and so I'm going to read. And my teacher at Yale, Harold Bloom, from whose book of best poems I'm reading this, was a huge, was and is, Harold's still with us, a huge fan of Shelley, so sort of in Harold's honor, I want to read these two linked poems from Epipsychidion, this may be a little offbeat to the theme, but I think you'll understand. The first poem is called Three Sermons on Free Love. Now, I have to tell you that personally, I've never found it that cheap, but thank you. A little rolling laughter there. But anyway, so three sermons on free love. Thy wisdom speaks in me and bids me dare beacon the rocks on which high hearts are wrecked. I never was attached to that great sect whose doctrine is that each one should select out of the crowd a mistress or a friend, and all the rest, though fair and wise, commend to cold oblivion. Though it is in the code of modern morals and the beaten road which those poor slaves with weary footsteps tread, who travel to their home among the dead by the broad highway of the world, and so with one chained friend, perhaps a jealous foe, the dreariest and the longest journey go. True love in this differs from gold and clay, that to divide is not to take away. Love is like understanding that grows bright, gazing on many truths. 'Tis like thy light, imagination, which from earth and sky and from the depths of human fantasy, as from 1,000 prisms and mirrors, fills the universe with glorious beams and kills error, the worm, and many a sun-like arrow of its reverberated lightning. Narrow the heart that loves, the brain that contemplates, the life that wears, the spirit that creates one object and one form and builds thereby a sepulchre for its eternity. Mind from its object differs most in this: evil from good, misery from happiness, the baser from the nobler, the impure and frail from what is clear and must endure. If you divide suffering and dross, you may diminish till it is consumed away. If you divide pleasure and love and thought, each part exceeds the whole, and we know not how much, while any yet remains unshared, of pleasure may be gained, of sorrow spared. This truth is that deep well whence sages draw the unenvied light of hope, the eternal law by which those live to whom this world of life is as a garden ravaged and whose strife tills for the promise of a later birth, the wilderness of this Elysian earth. So that's the good news. Now, the second poem from Epipsychidion, The Annihilation of Love. Sorry, I was hearing the lyres from Mount Olympus, I think. The annihilation of love. Let us become the overhanging day, the living soul of this Elysian isle, conscious, inseparable one. Meanwhile, we too will rise and sit and walk together under the roof of blue Ionian weather, and wander in the meadows or ascend the mossy mountains where the blue heavens bend with lightest winds, to touch their paramour, or linger where the pebble-paven shore under the quick, faint kisses of the sea trembles and sparkles as with ecstasy. Possessing and possessed by all that is within the calm circumference of bliss, and by each other to love and live be one. Or at the noontide hour, arrive where some old cavern seems yet to keep the moonlight of the expired night asleep, through which the awakened day can never peep, a veil for our seclusion, close as nights, where secure sleep may kill thine innocent lights. Sleep, the fresh dew of languid love. The rain whose drops quench kisses till they burn again, and we will talk until thought's melody become too sweet for utterance. And it die in words to live again in looks which dart with thrilling tone into the voiceless heart. Harmonizing silence without a sound, our breath shall intermix, our bosoms bound, and our veins beat together, and our lips, with other eloquence than words, eclipse the soul that burns between them and the wells which boil under our being's inmost cells. The fountains of our deepest light shall be confused in passion's golden purity. As mountain springs under the morning sun, we shall become the same. We shall be one spirit within two frames. Oh, wherefore two? One passion in twin hearts, which grows and grew till like two meteors of expanding flame, those spheres instinct with it become the same. Touch, mingle, are transformed, ever still burning, yet ever inconsumable, in one another's substance finding food, like flames too pure and light and unimbued to nourish their bright lives with baser prey, which point to heaven and cannot pass away. One hope within two wills, one will beneath two overshadowing minds, one life, one death, one heaven, one hell, one immortality, and one annihilation.
This is to my daughter, Jamila. Love means nurturing and caring, comfort, tenderness, and holding. Okay. I have seen you suffer from sickle cell anemia, sharing in the painfully, and burden this illness. Has pain up on your shoulder. Hospital IVs, blood tests, clinics, waiting room, and countless sleepless nights for us. Love bears all things and endures all things. To my daughter, Tamika, love means encouragement and support. I have seen you struggle with a learning disability and share in your difficult as you face challenges in school and daily life. I have received okay. I successful and encourage you along the way. I believe in you and hope you are successful in life. For you, love, believe all things and hope all things. To my grandson, Isaiah, love means nurturing, patient, and guiding in you as you grow up. It means playing, reading, holding, rocking, singing, and hugging. It means sharing, showing, and teaching. It means remembering you brushing your teeth and looking both ways across the street. It means answer questions like what is the sky is blue for the 100th time. Okay. Okay. For you, love is patient and kind. To my best friend, Tawana, love me, listen, helping, and encouraging. Love me being there when I need you most, even when it is not in convenient. I'm sorry for you. Love me in ending, patient, understanding, and active of kindness. For you, love in not in irritable or resentful. You does not insist or on its own way. To myself, love means standing up to the plate. Love means dealing with my problem while helping others to do the same. Love means insisting on honesty, relationship. Love means knowing my own worth and trust myself with respect. For me, love never ends.
A love letter to George Brett. Dear George, imagine my surprise when our paths crossed recently. Seeing you again stirred in me some powerful emotions. Let me say first that you have not changed. Athletic, tan, and that winning smile is what attracted me to you in the beginning. I was a senior at KU in 1979, and my roommates were head over heels with the young third baseman playing for the Kansas City Royals. I went to my first Royals game with them and was, well, smitten. It wasn't until a few years later when I moved to Kansas City that your batting average and consummate defensive play wooed me, and I fell hard. I celebrated with you every win and grieved every loss during those early years. Then came the 1985 World Series. It was truly magical. But by the time the number 5 jersey was retired, I too had moved on. There simply were not enough good reasons to stay. Disappointment from one lackluster season after another will wear down even the most ardent lover. Most damaging of all was the deception. Promising slogans and media hype did more to end our relationship than anything else. But when I saw you walking your dogs last week, all those memories from a time long past came back to me. I noticed your dogs were not leashed, but you flashed me that smile, which assured me that all was under control. That's the George I remember, I thought to myself. Confident, headstrong, a winner. And then you brushed by me without a hint of recognition. I couldn't help but feel as though I deserved it. After all, I was the one who gave up on us. I know it may be too late, but I need to let you know my feelings. I think there may still be a chance for us. Finishing last season with 86 wins and the best pitching ERA in the American League can do a lot to salvage a relationship, even after years of disappointment. I plan to be at the K regularly this summer and hope that we may run into one another. If we do, please do not think harshly about our breakup. I hope we can move past it and enjoy many, many winning seasons to come.
May I feel, said he.
By E.E. Cummings.
May I feel, said he.
I'll squeal, said she.
Just once, said he.
It's fun, said she.
May I touch, said he.
How much, said she.
A lot, said he.
Why not, said she.
Let's go, said he.
Not too far, said she.
What's too far, said he.
Where you are, said she.
May I stay, said he.
Which way, said she.
Like this, said he.
If you kiss, said she.
May I move, said he.
Is it love, said she.
If you're willing, said he.
But you're killing, said she.
But it's life, said he.
But your wife, said she.
Now, said he.
Ow, said she.
Tip top, said he.
Don't stop, said she.
Oh, no, said he.
Go slow, said she.
Come, said he.
Said she.
You're divine, said he.
You're mine, said she.
Thank you.
Dear Tony, you're nice and funny and caring too. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. You might complain and not be tame, but without you, I'll go insane. Roses are red, violets are blue. This is how I know I love you. You're my little bumblebee, as sweet as honey to me. I love you very much, as you can plainly see.
That's my turn. Dear Patty T, I love you so much, and you are me. You are sweetheart. You are my sweetheart. Sorry. You make my heart flutter when you kiss me. I feel like my legs are like noodles. When you help hold my hand, I know you love me. I'm a sucker for your love. She loves me so much. For Valentine's Day, I got her a Valentine's card, some candy, and a love bear. XO, XO, XO.
The duel. The gingham dog and the calico cat side by side on the table sat. 'Twas 12:30, and what do you think? Nor one nor t'other had slept a wink. The old Dutch clock and the Chinese plate appeared to know, as such as fate, there was going to be a terrible spat. I wasn't there, I simply state what was told to me by the Chinese plate. The gingham dog went bow wow wow, and the calico cat replied meow. The air was littered an hour or so with bits of gingham and calico, while the old Dutch clock in the chimney place up with its hands before its face, for it always dreaded a family row. Never mind, I'm only telling you what the old Dutch clock declares is true. The Chinese plate looked very blue and wailed, "Oh dear, what shall we do?" But the gingham dog and the calico cat wallowed this way and tumbled that, employing every tooth and claw in the awfulest way you ever saw. And oh, how the gingham and calico flew. Don't fancy I exaggerate, I got my news from the Chinese plate. Next morning, where the two had sat, they found no trace of dog or cat. And some folks think unto this day the burglar stole that pair away. But the truth about the cat and pup is this: they ate each other up. And now, what do you really think of that? The old Dutch clock, it told me so, and that is how I came to know. And I made it through, Mother, without crying.
Jukebox love song. I could take the Harlem night and wrap around you, take the neon lights and make a crown, take the Lenox Avenue buses, taxis, subways, and for your love song, tone their rumble down. Take Harlem's heartbeat, make a drum beat, put it on a record, let it whirl. And while we listen to it play, dance with you till day, dance with you, my sweet brown Harlem girl.
The Purist, for Stan, my man. No diluting, tainting, or watering down. He must have the real thing, not a facsimile. An instrument has to have its own sound. Every word has to pack a punch. Contemporary jazz is an oxymoron. He believes an actor must inhabit a life worthy or not. He respects the Count, as in Basie, Duke, as in Ellington, coolness, as in Miles. This bona fide man is purely my soft spot. The purest for Stan, my man. Thank you, my word man. He is poetry. When he speaks, the rhythm just rolls off his tongue. He seduced me with his words, and he didn't know it. When he walked into the room, an easy breeze escorted him in. As he spoke, he had a voice that was so sexy, it made me lose my juice. He sang his own song to his own tune as he ushered me into his hypnotic world of the spoken word. He opened my eyes and mind and gave me an appreciation of art I never had. I always loved words. He showered me with heavy sounds, fed them to me, and made love to me with them. He had me with his poem, Shook, because it moved me as he stirred in me. And after that, he was my word man, my poet, my Dr. Feelgood, who knew how to diagnose exactly what I had, my word man.
So this is Shook, and it's my luscious poem. She bothers me when she shakes her hips, knowing she shook me up. Always bright brown in a mist of yellow. Her voice echoes in my head, tingling my eardrums. My nature is lit like a match in pure black. When near her, I would grab and squeeze all the width of her, but I'm petrified by the tasty thought. Though I haven't fulfilled the dream that hards me to run, I hope one day to open her up, give her all I've got. Shook. Now, the title of this poem is Desire for Something Hot. You know, don't think you know what it is yet. Desire for something hot. Now, I'm like this. Love is beautiful, but it can be crazy and hellish at the same time. I didn't think I was going to get a whoop from that one, but okay. Desire for something hot. I want to pour myself into her. I desire to burn for her. When she looked at me with a, I ain't even thinking about you in that way gaze, I want to melt down and hide. She doesn't know how hot it is for me because of her. I'm frightened about the ideal of having her, but her heat makes me know I won't be able to keep her, 'cause I'll blaze and sizzle and burn. Thank you very much.